Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra, just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take a few minutes to understand the very basic principle of practicing meditation. And as you know, now day by day, this the meditation, the words become more popular, and there are many kind of techniques, methods people start to introduce. And especially with this pandemic situation, people try to apply this meditation techniques for their day-to-day activities. And when it comes to the behavior of our mind, the most important part we have to understand, there's nothing that you can do to change the mental behavior. Bringing something from outside and interfering to the very nature of mind. So you have to allow your mind to just be and just happen as it is itself. And it's kind of like this. Just imagine how we prevent from the virus. There's nothing you can do. Only thing is you have to be very clean. You have to clean your hands and prevent from opening the body or your environment to busy people. And if you stay clean and wearing masks and cleaning your hands, so then the body itself going to be okay. So same thing with the mind also. If the mind become very clean, your mind going to have the certain kind of tranquility state. So basically as a foundation, that is what we need. So another way it's called tranquility meditation, samatha bhavana. It's a cultivation of inner awareness. And there are two mental cultures we practice here, tranquility and insight, samatha and vipassana. But as in the very basic way, the foundation we have to develop with the tranquility meditation. So then always remember yourself. It is your own responsibility to prevent from unnecessary informations and prevent from unnecessary environment, prevent from unnecessary thoughts. It is not a rocket science. You should understand, you are enough mature to understand now yourself that whatever the things that you struggle in your life, even though there are some other people or the things interfere, in the beginning, it happens because of you. It was your choice. You are the one who took the decision to be there with that people or the environment or the material things. So then that itself will help you to understand this very simple, basic logic, how the mind behaves. So that is why once you know yourself, it will help you to get out of from a lot of unnecessary things. So through the meditation, we develop that. That is what another way called the cultivation. The cultivation, the inner awareness regarding ourselves. Even in the Western world, it called know thyself. Just know yourself. Then when it comes to that question, how much you know about yourself and how much you know about your own behavior. It's a fair question that you can ask by yourself and look for the answer, the right answer, not just by guessing yourself, not by just imagining. Can you get into a right answer yourself? What do you know about you? Another thing is this body. So in the very beginning, we have to respect the body and accept the body and understand the body, physical body. So in that level, that's why we come to the posture, settle down. And at least you have to find a very comfortable way to sit. That doesn't mean you stretching your legs and lying down. Or so that's way. You have to have some kind of discipline to hold it to the posture, but at the same time, you have to gain some kind of comfort also. Because this body also has a certain kind of nature. Just imagine you have a kind of like a cut, that blood coming. And skin open and there is a wound. So what you can do? The most important thing is just keep it clean. That is what you can do. There is nothing else. All these pharmaceutical products will help you to keep it clean. That's it. So the body has itself power to heal. So just imagine that when the body becomes clean itself, it has power to cure, get well, heal itself. And even from the virus, that is what? When we become clean ourselves, it has power to develop this immunity. So the mind has the same nature. When you keep clean your mind, it has power to get healed. That is what in the very beginning we need. We have to heal our mind. Why? Because we are very wounded inside, mentally. We had so much through the samsaric journey, even maybe not only this lifetime. Through the samsaric journey, we have different situations, knowingly or unknowingly. It became our memory. It is inside us. And sometimes that's why we have the deeper fear regarding something. Maybe it is nothing to do with this very lifetime. Some people are afraid for the water, the fire, certain animals. And that animal never did any kind of harm. But when you see that animal, you have the fear. Maybe it's come from your previous lives. We don't know. So it's kind of like we are wounded. So then by the time you need to heal yourself. So you can't keep the healthy body and mind when you have the greed, hatred, and the delusion. Why? Because we got wounded because of the greed, hatred, and the delusion. So then the purification of your mind means you slowly get out of from the greed, hatred, and the delusion. So how the greed, hatred, and the delusion get influenced, grow inside us. The major important part is by thinking, not always by action. The thinking part is the most powerful action. Maybe you don't do anything, but in your mind, that what you think is more powerful. So then, when you practice meditation, it will help you to clean that deeply your thinking pattern. That is why the cultivation happen with your mind, with the awareness, not something else. So that cultivation happen with the present moment, because in the present, when the mind comes to the present moment, it doesn't have any kind of greed, hatred, or the delusion. Always the greed, hatred, delusion come because of the past or the future. And maybe that when we think about our past, knowingly or unknowingly sometimes, even maybe it is very comfortable for us, but deeply it rooted to some kind of desires. And even when we think about the future, the same. So that's why we need a primary mental object to settle down in the present moment. And we take our inhalation, exhalation as that our primary mental object. When it comes to that, remember yourself not to push too hard yourself. You have to be so gentle. This is sometimes when people make mistakes with the practicing meditation. So you have to be gentle, and at the same time, you have to be aware. And sometimes when you put too hard, when you push too much yourself, what happens? By the time, little by little, you start to feel unhappy. And that unhappiness brings some kind of mental behavior, unsatisfaction. That unsatisfaction by the time make you angry. It is not happen with the meditation. In day-to-day activities, with other things, you become so angry. And then you come, and sometimes you yourself question, I practice meditation, why I get so mad, I get angry? Because deeply mentally, when you come to meditation, you push too much. So then be gentle, be relaxed with the meditation. And then by the time you're going to take this natural inhalation, exhalation. So when it comes to that natural inhalation, exhalation, And be with the inhalation, exhalation is the most important part. It's a moment by moment. Go with the inhalation and exhalation. So when it comes to that, you have to remember to have that knowingly you are with the inhalation, exhalation. So that means you develop the awareness with unforgettable, undisturbed way towards the inhalation, exhalation, not something else. Because sometimes that when we observe, say this mindfulness, the awareness can take us to different things. That one thing is, it called retrospection. So retrospective mindfulness mean it's kind of like when you come to inhalation, exhalation, deeply your mind start to get connected to something happened in the past. And then your meditation going to settle down with that. Retrospective. So it's going backward. Then even though your main purpose to stay in the inhalation is exhalation, but deeply underneath the current happen with it always go backward. So this is a very mental behavior. You just need to know that. Once you know it, and it will help you to settle down with the inhalation, exhalation. And other one is that the prospective meditation. Prospective awareness means when you settle down with the inhalation, exhalation, it's always go towards something forward to next moment. Now, as example, even it can be a 1 minute ahead, and even maybe it is about 1 hour, another day, maybe next year, something slowly. It linked to the meditation, but deeply your awareness not with the moment, and it's always with something else. So this, when you have the clear awareness, what will happen, your mind not going to go to backward or the forward, even it related to the inhalation, exhalation. So then as you know, when it come to the moment by moment inhalation, exhalation, the recognition, and it's kind of like, if I bring a simile, it's like this: horse and the horse rider. So both go in the same speed. It doesn't, not the horse go forward first and the rider come back. No, even the rider not the forward, the horse coming. So with the inhalation, exhalation, your awareness. So if the inhalation, exhalation is the horse, your awareness is the rider. So you have to be with the inhalation, exhalation. So that is the key point. Not even it is related to inhalation, exhalation, not go backward or the forward. And another one is, sometimes these children and playing something, hanging with the rope, or going up and down. So it is not the child or the rope go forward first or the backward must, the both go together. So this is what you have to, in the beginning, get into with the inhalation, exhalation. And when it happens in the very natural way, that natural inhalation, exhalation, not by doing something yourself, and you stay with the natural inhalation, it will help you to calm your entire body. The whole nerve system start to settle down itself. Head to toes, each and every cell start to tune to inhalation, exhalation. It's kind of like your vehicle, take it to the service station and clean that everything and give a full service. So like that being with the inhalation, exhalation, bringing you a deeper satisfaction, comfort to your present moment with the body and mind. So that is what in the beginning that you have to gain. So once you have that, your start point going to become more comfortable. Because that during the day, whatever you have done, and maybe start to come. And in the beginning, sometimes your body feel heavy, tired. So then as a result, then when you observe the inhalation, exhalation, once you start to settle down with the inhalation, exhalation, and you feel in the beginning, maybe it become long inhalation and short inhalation. You just observe it, be with it. And then by the time the body, mind settle down, and as a result of that, not you do it, as a result of that, your body, that the breathing start to settle down a little bit and it becomes shorter. And then you recognize it. And by the time what happened, that in whole breath body. So then when it comes to that, the breath body, there are two ways it explained. Different school, different teachers. In two different ways. One is your entire body, you start to feel like a balloon moving up and down. So that also called that observing the whole body, breath body. Recognizing, you start to feel like each and every muscle, cells, everything. That kind of like your shoulders, your lungs, your heart, this everything, abdominal area, this everything start, you feel like moving up and down. That is one thing. And other one is that from beginning to end, your entire inhalation, exhalation, your awareness going to be there with you. And the mind doesn't go anywhere else. So this brings more clarity to be with the moment. And then as a result of that, your body feel more comfortable and the breathing become more relaxed and the mind become more calm and body, mind, breathing start to settle down together. Then deeply, kind of like a satisfaction come. So that satisfaction, it's a very shallow level of satisfaction. Why? Because you feel it, your body become relaxed. That's why. Because as we know, we tune to stimulate and gain the happiness. So then this is what happens, even with the mind also. So you not respond to that, stay still. You like the horse rider, you stay with the inhalation, exhalation. Then by the time, when you not respond to that kind of, the feelings, that gain the satisfaction through your body and mind, deeply, your mind start to settle down and you start to see how the thoughts arising. When you come to that level, what happens? This inhalation, exhalation, little by little, it becomes so soft. And the mind becomes so vivid, clear, sharp. And more than the inhalation, exhalation, then you start to see how the thought arising and disappearing. So then now you can see your own mind and the thought arise. And when the thought arise, whatever the desire behind it, you can see it. As example, when the thought arise, if it is related to hunger, maybe you feel something, maybe you observe inhalation, exhalation, suddenly something come, that refrigerator, you have some food you want to eat later. So then you recognize that thoughts come related to greed. And when you see that, what happened, it slowly disappears. The way you respond to it, it's going to go away. And after the meditation, maybe later, maybe you're not going to eat that. Your desire disappear, because the best way to react to all the greed, hatred, and the delusion, recognizing it inside the mind. Once you see it, it's not going to come. So once you see it, maybe after you come out of the meditation, I just give you a similar example. You will never eat that food, whatever the taste is good, or whatever that it is there, refrigerator, and it doesn't matter how expensive it is. Maybe you not go, there is no desire to eat it anymore. See, like that, even that maybe you observe the inhalation exam, and then you see the thoughts, and little by little, suddenly that you have that intention to go somewhere. You're planning to go for a vacation, and then you recognize this thought came, and you see underneath that thoughts, the desire, whatever the reason that you hold. And then later, no one tell you, and you have no effort, and then you slowly get out of that. So like that, you start to see the mind. And when you see the mind, what happens? The seeing the thought itself, it's kind of like a purify yourself. So then it's a kind of like a way purification of your mind. So who can do that for you? You are the one who can do. So that's why through the meditation, this is the deeply step by step, you're going to recognize. So now you see the thoughts, and you're not responding to that. This becomes ability for you. And once you know that your own thoughts, and you see your own thoughts, and when you don't respond to it, your mind becomes more clear and sharp. And then the mind gets out of a lot of unnecessary thoughts. That is where that you can hold it to one thought. So whatever the valuable things, you will hold it to that. All other things start to disappear. That means you always tune to something profitable. Another way it's called kusala. It's a skill that you develop inside you. So as you know, that even in day-to-day life, just imagine how many unnecessary thoughts inside us. But how about if you able to keep some kind of certain thoughts, and you become very limited to that thoughts, even very conventional life, your life becomes so successful. One of the reason why we are fail, even in the very conventional life, we have too many thoughts, too many options inside ourselves, too much desires. Because of that, we can't achieve to anything. See, now in the meditation, you gain that most profitable thoughts, and you stay with that. All unprofitable thoughts disappear. And in case if there is a unprofitable thoughts there, and you recognize it, and when that recognize, what happened, that thought disappear. And then that disappearance itself allow the profitable thoughts to be there. So that is what called cultivation. See, you into the mind. It's like take out all the weeds and you putting valuable, whatever the fruit trees or the flower trees or the farming. So now you cultivate, and now you know whatever the valuable thought, you hold it to that. And you do it with the awareness. So that is why the awareness, mindfulness, cultivation. So when these things come together, the moment by moment, your awareness is going to become more sharp and the mind become more clear. And then by the time there is a deeper satisfaction come, that satisfaction not belong to, like in the beginning that you felt the kind of like a satisfaction with the body when the body relaxed. This is not like that. Now deeply you feel some kind of satisfaction, it related to the mind. It's nothing to do with the body. And in that level, the satisfaction, the happiness, comfort, that everything come together. But still you recognize it come from the mind. So it is not a magic. It is a result of mind. Why? Because now mind get out of a lot of unnecessary thoughts. You are very limited to most valuable, profitable thoughts. And as a result of that, you gain some kind of satisfaction. So when you not respond to that also, still you able to be aware, and with the seeing the mind, how the mind behave, and you can see your body, your mind, your breathing settle down itself. And then 4 elements, heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness, related to this entire body, start to synchronize with this outside world. This all the world, this is in outside, this computer, this chair, this table, this bell, this cup, this cell phone, books, lights, this everything has heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. So now when you come to yourself, your body also start to settle down with the heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. And it has power to synchronize with the, harmonize with the nature. So then your body and the nature doesn't have any separation. You become one. So that is tranquility state. And once you come to that point, so these are kind of like, when you go like a hike and sometimes countryside road, you see milestone. So it doesn't say anything. It just mark 1 mile, 2 mile, and it's just on the way. Just you see time to time. It doesn't show any direction, but it just saying the mile, and that itself tells you your road is, you take the right path. But it doesn't say any arrow, okay, go this way, go that way, this is this road, this is, it doesn't say anything. Like when I was in London, sometimes in the very countryside when we drive, there is nothing, only one line. But it's marked, it say 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers. Just imagine you go on this countryside and you see 1 kilometer, 1 milestone. Then after that, in the next one, if it is say 5 kilometers, you know the road is wrong. See, the milestone itself show you the way. So same like this experience. That's why it doesn't say, okay, do this, do that. We can't teach like that. So that's why I explained this. It's become like a milestone to yourself. When you settle down itself, that your body and mind itself start to take you forward. Your own feelings, your own recognition become the milestones to deeper introspection. Go towards inside. So that's why we give these informations. So once your mind have that tranquility state, once you synchronize with this everything, there is no dualistic mind. There is no separation. There is no subject and object. There is no perception and perceiver. Your experience itself become your recognition. So once you come to that, you're able to recognize this everything happens as a result of mind. And the mind happens as a result of your body and this environment. And this everything moment by moment change. So as a result of the change, the experience comes. Otherwise, this experience doesn't come, oh, it is me. It doesn't happen that way. Your recognition doesn't come because of you. No, it has its own nature. So when you get sick, your body get well, not because of your name or your identity. So that your body has a nature to get well, get healed. So same thing with the mind also. What you experience, it's not you. You experience things because of according to the cause and effect. So that is what called the cause. And once your mind tuned to this causality and cause and conditions, and once your mind tuned to that, you slowly get out of the self-centered view. And that ability will take you more, a little bit deeper. And erase that all the memory related to self-centered mind. And not only that, in that very experience, not allow you to have any kind of collective behavior. And once you don't have any collective behavior with this very moment, and when you increase that duration, in that duration, as example, imagine 5 minutes you stay in that state and you don't have any collective nature, behavior, and you just experience, and that experience become itself complete. So you bring, there's a completion in you, and out of that you have the wisdom, no doubt. Why? Because you experience 100% complete. So then there is no doubt with that in 5 minutes. And in that 5 minutes, there is nothing that you can be worried about it. And even it's nothing to do with the self-centered mind. There's nothing to hold with that. So then in the moment of experience become the perfect, that perfection itself bring the satisfaction, that satisfaction and the perfection bring the completion, that completion itself become your wisdom, your life. So, but now in the very conventional life, our happiness somewhere else, we are somewhere else, our experience somewhere else, our hope somewhere else, and this is a mess. Our life itself. So then, when the body comes to this, hopes go somewhere else, and the wisdom somewhere else. So we always have a struggle to hold, achieve, keep together. So like that. So the meditation is the method itself. Based with the mind, with the mental practice, we bring this collective awareness. Because the mind is the forerunner. Mind is the chief. And the mind is the first. So once you settle down with the mind, that all the hopes wherever, the wisdom wherever, the desires wherever, that everything slowly come together and you recognize this all happened inside you. And that itself will help you to calm, relax, comfortable, settle down. And that settle down happens with deeper awareness and the wisdom. And once you have it, your mind anymore don't go anywhere leaving the moment. And so then when it comes to your death, the mind doesn't look for any other place. The mind doesn't have any desire to become somebody else. So remember the simile, the horse and the rider. So the mind going to be with the body, and the body and mind going to be with the breathing. And when the little by little, the body and the mind start to settle down with the breathing, by the time when the karma over, and the body and mind slowly will shut down. And when the body and mind slowly shut down, your heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness start to settle down with the nature, and the breathing start to slowly settle down with the environment. And once this body and mind breathing, heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness harness each other, there is no any kind of identity, or there is no any kind of self-centered mind look for something else. So that is where your journey going to end. So we are going on that way. That is our destination. So for that, we settle down with this very moment and slowly observe our inhalation, exhalation. So always remember, when it comes to practice, give your best and be with your inhalation, exhalation. It's moment by moment, moment by moment. Be gentle. Don't push yourself. Don't challenge yourself. Don't resist yourself. Be harnessed with your own body and mind and the breathing. With the recognition. Always recognize when the inhalation happens as inhalation, when the exhalation happens as exhalations. So your practice, your experience itself, let it be as your milestone and show you the path. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes and say Supat Deva, O May I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. Do nothing extra, just recognize it. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe Be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, and also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chamihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammam Pujemi Sangham Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadhi Maranam Ha Paribunjisami Idamme Punya Kammanga Savakaya Vaham Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamunchatu. Bless you.